or minimalization of their history. God knows the Creator's probably going to get us all one day for not teaching more about the indigenous people of this land. But things will right themselves. The pendulum will come back to where it should be. Then it'll go probably too far to the left, and then it'll come back toward the center. And this seems to be the nature of our species. Seems to be what we do.
Okay.
Seems
Go
to be
left.
what we do.
I'm going to go left. You're not left-handed, right?
No,
I
no,
am.
I tried it.
Watch yourself.
I tried it.
Okay, I'm
I'm
go
right-handed.
left. How's the Newark Hall of Fame doing, and how do you feel being on the executive board, and how's it going?
Listen, I try to carry on the good work that those who came before me, such as yourself, Autry, who brought me into this matter, or Mr. Reynolds. The Hall of Fame is, like everything, evolving. Anything that doesn't evolve becomes extinct. It's evolving. There are bright, young, new-minded people on the executive board. I'm happy to see that. We could always use more diversity. Going all left or all right or all black or all white is not representative of America, of the state of New Jersey, of who we are.
True.
So I always look for diversity or ways to make a more diverse male, female. Everybody should be in the game because we're all in this together.
Is that
We're
because of
all
where you
on
went to
this
school
ship
at?
together.
Is that because of when you left here and went to school out in Fort Scott? Good question.
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I tell you, being in a place where we were such a minority there at the school. There was a small black community in Fort Scott. As I said, come on now, Gordon Parks.
There it is.
Gordon Parks had come from that place. All right. They were down below the railroad track. But this was the nature of the time.
The bottom.
Okay. Being there, I learned to deal with guys from Florida, segregated state, Kansas, Native Americans. There were indigenous people there, because a lot of indigenous people in Kansas, Oklahoma, very high numbers. In fact, we played a school, a sidebar. We played a school called Haskell Institute. The Haskell Institute was a, for lack of a better term, forgive me, an Indian school. It went through high school, through the second year of college. I want to say that was one of the things I cherish most about that whole period of time there. Getting to be on the football field with those indigenous brothers. I'm losing track. You had to bring me back. Bring me back to where we were.
You're right there on the aspect of how going to Fort Scott opened your mindset up to a whole new enchilada.
Taught me how to deal with people that didn't look like me.
Was that hard? During your time?
No. It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. I'll tell you why it wasn't hard, because West Side was
Predominantly German at the time.
was a great mix of people.
Really?
Italian,
Yeah.
German, Polish, Irish. I want to say it was maybe, my senior class was maybe 35, 40% black 35. Okay. After that, started to change very rapidly. But, so we all were in this thing together, and the administrators, now, all your kids, everybody do the same, be the same. And we functioned together. You know, we didn't date because, daddies didn't play that stuff. We didn't
Mine
do
either.
that. I'm telling you. Okay. But we had really good relationships. So that transition was simple. I could talk to and deal with anybody, kind of always. That was just something that
That's
was
a blessing. That's
was
a
in me.
gift. That's
It
a
was
gift.
a gift.
That's
It
a
proved to
gift.
be a gift because
Because-
I ended up in lots of places where I would be the only college officiating football. Many times I'd go to a school. Crew would come in the night before. I would be the only black on the crew. I was the umpire. And both teams would, essentially be white. There may be a few black kids on it, especially in like the Ivy Leagues or something. There wouldn't be many of us there, but that was okay because I'm here to do this job. You see how well I do this job.
That's it.
You kind of can't do this job without me. The crew couldn't anyway, and the coaches couldn't either. But
How long did you officiate?
at the college level, maybe about 10 years at the college level. The high
wasn't
school,
easy.
I was involved with high school football. My God, they gave me something at 40 years. I got a sweatsuit or a plaque or something at home that they gave me at 40 years because I continued beyond the field, as you know. I was an observer and worked in the booth and did the time and so forth. But that was always my safe place.
But you always gave back. Where'd that come from?
Probably my ancestors, my family, my grandparents, my parents, my grandparents.
What about now? What do we say about the young people now?
It's a blessing to be there for them, and we try to show them a good example.
They're going to soon take our place. They should be preparing for that now. You like that?
We have to prepare them. We have to figure out a way.
Now
We
you're
have to figure out a way, and it looks like it's going to happen for us. It looks like, given the current climate, they're going to be turning to their elders. How did you deal with this? How should we deal with that? We've never seen this before. And
So Google can't help.
wow, now that's interesting too. Chat, GBI, Google, AI, all these things have directional answers. They can set you on a path. What is Google? Google gives you sites, websites, so you can do your own research. The AI gives you answers or suggestions, like a person, although it's just a bunch of information. It's just a swipe of all the information that they can swipe. So those things will help us. We have to learn to use all the tools at our disposal in order to communicate with the young people
Because you have
who
to.
have been raised on a different set of tools and rules. Almost no rules, but that's where the sport thing came in with us. The rules, the doing, each person got a job to do on each play. The teamwork. It doesn't matter how much liking your teammate has nothing to do with covering your butt or
winning.
making that block.
Yeah.
When we get on the field, if we're gonna win,
Us.
it's one.
Us.
It's one. Only way we win is that way. No matter, and everything else went to the side. And we were able to get that together over there at Westside for a minute, you know? And thanks in no small part to our Coach Higgins. He put us all, he says, all of you don't count. No, and that's not true. Let me rephrase that. He made us depend on one another. He taught us that they're the only ones you could depend on are really that sucker over there and that one over there. Those guys on the bench, they're going to come in if you get hurt. That do whatever it takes to get you ready for the game during the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it taught us, but that comes from team sport.
Well,
It comes from team sport.
they say that
These are the lessons.
Football.
That's why everyone should play team sport.
football is the best team sport. You agree? I do.
For me, it was. For me, it was because it suited where I was at the time. It fit. I love the contact, but no one taught me to box. I love the contact, and I don't think I'd have liked boxing because I'm not real crazy about getting hit in my face, man. You know, hitting my face. No. We don't want to do that. We want, give me a headgear or something, Coach. Sensei, give me a headgear or something. I don't want to hit all in my face, But kidding aside, football is the truth.
Yes, it is.
It teaches all of us the truth about ourselves really quick, and those around you.
Gotta
Your
go a little
teammates.
further on that. You gotta
Well,
go a little further on that.
what is the saying? When the going gets tough.
Tough get going.
When the going gets tough, who's going to be there? Who's
like
gonna
that
who's
one
gonna
better.
who's gonna be there? Who's got your back?
I like that one better.
Who's got your back when you miss, when you lose, when you miss the block? Who's got your back? Where's the encouragement? Can you count on that person to do their job so you can do theirs? So you can do yours. So it just
Just something.
it just
So you do believe, like the day that we came through school, you go to school, they push you through because you're a good athlete. Those days are gone.
some places.
Those
Some
days are
places
gone.
did. They didn't do that at Weequahic, but go ahead.
those days are gone. Now they got this thing where they can self-promote themselves in high school.
So are those days really gone?
That's a good
So
one.
are those days really gone, or is it just in a new package? Things stay the same.
They
They
seem
change,
to be different, but they're
they
still
stay
the same.
Things change, but they stay the same.
Now let's stay on that. From a social dynamic of Newark,
All right.
it's the same, but it's a facelift. Or is it different? Now I'll go to my initial question, which I asked you. Is the dream for real, or is it a nightmare? We're talking different times. We're talking me and your time.
Yes.
Is
yes.
the dream real and obtainable, or is it a nightmare to those that are coming behind us? Unobtainable.
Well, my maternal grandmother would have said, as would my mother, nothing is unattainable if you're willing to put in the work, sacrifice, not give up, not be dissuaded. Just keep working hard toward your goal. Almost nothing is beyond reach.